The RenderMan API supports quadrics like spheres, cylinders, toruses, cones. They're all fairly basic, all rotationally symmetric about the z-axis. But one way to make more complex shapes with relatively few lines of code is by mixing these components with each other and with other simple polygonal shapes. With the basic scaffolding of our Python script in place, let's create a simple cylinder providing the radius, height, and depth from 0, and sweep angle. If our cylinder were a cake, the sweep would measure how much of it remains uneaten, so 360 degrees gives us a full cake. So we have a cylinder. Looks fine, but it has no end caps, and there are no optional arguments to fill them in. Again, out of the box, PRMan provides a limited selection of simple primitives. It's up to us to put them together. So how would we fill the ends? You guessed it, we can create two disk primitives, giving them the same radius and setting their height arguments to meet the cylinder ends. And that's it, we've created a complex shape from simpler primitives, and we can take the rest of the day off. Wait, you want more? Well, who am I to resist such academic fervour? Let's create a cylinder.
We've done the cylinder.
Now, just one moment. Let's replace the disks with spheres. They just need a radius, clipping distances, and sweep, and... okay. I guess we haven't told RenderMan where we want them drawn, so they're both at the origin. We're gonna have to transform one of these guys. Let's call transform begin and transform end. This gives us a kind of scope coordinate system within which we can manipulate the spatial properties of shapes that go inside. So let's shift one of the spheres up, and bingo, a capsule. And now I'm gonna do something that'll knock your socks off. I'm gonna cut it in half. Oh my god, it's wide open! We need to close it up. I guess we can fill out the ends with a half disc, but we still have a gaping rectangular chasm in between. But guess what? There's a function for that. We can make a list to specify the four corners that we want to close up, and then create a bilinear patch passing our list so the values are interpreted as points. Bilinear meaning linearly interpolated in the UVs. And Bob is your uncle. And now, a stadium. No, not that kind. That would be quite a chunky Python script, I would imagine. This, the stadium shape. In 3D, a cuboid with half cylinders at the end. Half closed cylinder at the top, another at the bottom. What about the middle? You can create a cube with RenderMan by passing the word cube to the geometry function. Bit of a break from the theme, but dems the API. Voila! It's a bit small. I guess we could use lots of cubes. Or just scale it, that probably makes more sense. Whoops, we've crashed into the end valley. Classic. So we just need to bring it home. Finito. One 3D stadium at your pleasure. Okay, you're probably getting the idea. You can put shapes together and shift them around to create other bigger shapes. What a penetrating discovery that was. Still, it shows you a bit of Python, bit of geometry and 3D transformations and RenderMan's native lingo for all of the above. So, well done you. And we can go and look at some other stuff together next time. Goodbye.